Hey you guys, it's Debbie from My Vagabond Style. Welcome back to my channel. I'm finally getting around to doing a jelly print video for you guys. I've been wanting to do this. I haven't worked with my jelly print in probably a year, and I've only done it two other times, I think, before, but I really did get a lot out of it when I did it the first few times, but it's been so long, I'm like trying to remember how I did it. So I'm just taking I'm having to do a voiceover, but sorry about that. But it seemed like the best way to do it. And I'm just trying to get the jelly plate out of the clamshell. You have to store it in those for it to be kept nice. And it feels fine. It's still sticky. So I'm just getting out my tools now. I have a couple different brayers that I have a small one and a large one. And I prefer to use the large one for sure. And now I'm just trying to figure out what colors to bring in and what I'm going to use. I have a lot of different stencils and mostly stencils. I think that's what I'm going to use today. So here's some of the ones that I had from before. That was like something from a Cricut a friend gave me, and that one black and white is an actual scrapbook paper. That is a bath mat, a bath mat from Dollar Tree, and I just cut it down the middle. And that's some sort of dishwashing tool from the Dollar Tree. I've got a few others here. Yeah, that was just something from the laundry. A round circle I thought I might be able to use. Bubble wrap. I have small bubble wrap. That's just a paper towel roller that I put some twine around, and then some corrugated cardboard. That was from like a doTERRA order that the bottles were stuck in those so they didn't break during shipping. I do like using that. And then I've got some larger bubble wrap. And then here's my stencils. I wish I had some bigger ones. These are all smaller, but we'll just, I want to use what I have. So I'm just going to use some regular copy paper that I have, and then I also have some rice paper. Rice paper I got off Amazon. I used it before. I wasn't super excited about it because it's so thin that it tends to pull apart when you're using it. I just prefer the copy paper, I think. I would like to try some deli paper. I'm just showing you now the colors, what kind of paint I have. This is just some acrylic paint that I got off of Amazon. It's not real expensive. It's a cheaper craft paint, but this one is kind of thick, and I thought the thicker was what I liked. So I'm just rolling a bit out here to see where we're at. I really like that blue. And then I just roll it off onto these pages on the side. And now I'm going to put this stencil on here, and then I'll take another piece of paper and put it over the top and try to get some of that excess off of there so that you'll see the stencil. It took quite a bit off, but I did like the print that it made. And then I'm just going to do it on the other side. So that one, I'm just taking a different stencil there. That one I got off Temu. And the other ones, the paper ones, stencils I got on Amazon. So I think there's a couple different ways that I see people do this. A lot of them will put some paint down and then they'll do some stencils and then they'll let it dry a bit. And then they'll put a wet coat over the top of a different color and then pull it. I've also seen people do several layers like that and then pull it. And the last layer that when you want to pull it off, that's the layer that needs to be wet. And it should pull almost everything off your jelly plate, in theory. But you know what? Honestly, I really don't know what I'm doing. This is not a tutorial because I'm just playing around here. Like I said, I've only done it a couple times, but you'll be surprised what results we'll get today. So just keep watching and I think you'll find it fun. Yeah, so I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a little music on for you and I'm going to speed it up a bit and then I'll pop back in just a few minutes. I just wanted to pop back in here and kind of talk about this because, as you're pulling it, you can see that there's still some paint left on there. And at some point, I do think that, maybe I should have stopped and cleared some of that out, taken it to the sink and washed it off. But I don't think I was quite there yet. However, like laying this layer of paint down, I can tell that at this point, I haven't realized that that's too much paint. I feel like it does better if you do a thinner layer of paint than what I have here. Like I should have kept taking that off with the brayer. And I just didn't realize it at the time. So here I'm just showing you that I'm going to use a different blue and a little bit lighter blue. I do like this combination together. And there's no right or wrong. I've seen like people use the weirdest colors together and sometimes they just turn out. So don't be afraid to try something like that. Again, way too much paint. I'll figure it out here in just a little bit. I wanted to come back in right now because this one, when I pulled it, however, I love this one. I think it turned out really good. But you can see as I'm pulling it off that the part of the paper came with it. So right there towards the bottom, I'll point it out right here. And yeah, some of that came off. What happens is if you leave it on too long, that paper will stick. And at that point, I've learned now that if that happens to you, go ahead and stop what you're doing and you're probably going to want to wash that off because it just kind of builds up and builds up. It won't come off until you wash it off. So I just wanted to point that out. Again, like, well, I'm going to do this again here soon because I think I kind of forgot of how to do this. Really, that is way too much paint. When you start seeing those marks like that, you know, of the wet paint, that's too much. At least for me. I like I said, I'm no expert in this. I'm just learning. But even though like I feel like I made a lot of mistakes, I still really love probably 80% of the papers that I pulled. So for me, that's a success. I am gonna make some stencils here and some masks that I've seen people use, and I'll have a tutorial out on that here shortly, and I think you'll enjoy that. They're very inexpensive. You get the materials from the Dollar Tree, and I think that'll be a fun video, so look for that one coming up. Here I'm going back to the rice paper again. Yeah, I don't know what I'm going to do with that rice paper, but I don't think I'll be using it on my jelly prints anymore. I just don't like it. Every time I've used it, it's ripped. And I don't know, maybe it's the quality of this one. See, there it goes. I do like to use the rice paper on my collage work, so yeah, it just bugs me that it rips every time I use it. So here I go. I just keep using that, even though that paper is still stuck on there, and it doesn't ruin it, but I just don't like the effect that that paper that didn't come up has on it. So I don't know. You do what you gotta do. But again, look at how thick my paint is. Ridiculousness. No reason to have it that thick. Anyways, it's still fun. No matter what you do, it's still fun. It is very messy though, so make sure that you don't do this like where you have you know, tiled floor or carpet, or just be super careful. Did I say tiled carpet? Some of these color combinations are just beautiful. I love those two colors together. And I just had to pop back in and say that. And I really liked the red one that we did just before that. And I thought that bubble wrap on here looked really good. I love the bubble wrap. And look at that one. That one's kind of fun. I could see doing lots of stuff with that. So anyways, it's just fun to do this every now and then and get a whole stash of papers to use. I'm going to do it one more time, like I said, just so that I've got, quite a big stash and I get a little better at it. This is definitely something that you have to do a few times, at least most people, I think, before you get the hang of it. So, but don't be afraid because I still came out with a lot of great stuff. Okay, I'm going to do a little flip through of the ones that we did here, and I really like this one. This one turned out great. It's a lot of fun. There's all kinds of different textures in this. This was one of the first ones, and I like this. It's not my favorite, but I do like it, and it will be great for backgrounds. This one, I don't know what I'll do with it. I might end up keeping it and maybe doing another print over it when I break the jelly print out again. Yeah, this one's okay. This one's good. Do like that. You can see the different layers in there. Great for backgrounds on the mixed media. This one too looks all rustic. Very cool. This is good. This will be really good. Let me grab something real quick. So look, just even throwing that down on there, how good that looks. Turn this one this way. Yeah, I'm excited about them. I haven't had them in a while. I haven't, like I said, I haven't broke this jelly plate out in quite a while. I love that one. This one's okay. I think maybe I'll put this in the pile to kind of go over again another time. These were the ones that I like that one. That'll be good. This one too. This is the rice paper. Not a huge fan. This one I will definitely, well, it could just be so good for a background. I'll probably leave it the way it is. Okay, these were the ones just kind of picking things up, but I could use these. Another rice paper. These I'll probably run through again because they have a lot of white on them. I'll probably do something else over the top of them. But I'm really happy that I broke it out again. Also, what I was going to say is even these papers, like what I was kind of running the brayer over, I'm going to use these. There's one on each side. It's kind of hard to see. There's this one. But I can rip these up and use them in a collage for sure. I'm just going to give this jelly plate a rinse off and store it in that back in that clamshell because if you don't, they tend to like dry out from what I've heard. So I will definitely get this cleaned up. I'm just going to wash it with a little bit of water and let it dry, and then I'll put it back in the clamshell. So again, thank you guys for watching. I so appreciate you, and thanks for spending time with me and leaving me a comment. I feel like I'm getting to know some of you guys, so that's super fun. I will catch you next time. Bye.